Okay, good morning, everybody. Friday, the 18th of February 2022. So, we are in the midst of Russia invading Ukraine. Is it happening? Is it not happening? The shelling going on. What is going on? The markets are in rag order, I have to say, over this risk at the moment. So, we've seen a lot of mixed trade on the equities front, on that gas oil quite heavy after the big March rollover as well that we got on Wednesday. So it's very complex markets to be looking at here at this time. So I'll just kind of get over and look at these US markets for the session ahead. A very light data slate on the horizon for today. Not much really happening in the US at all. So we can really kind of look to what is the expected, risk, geopolitical risk picture, and what is that going to bring for these markets here. So you know, a few things that you would expect to happen that haven't really happened is number one, the Dixie was my number one risk barometer. And, while we did see 3 a.m. Yesterday, quite a bit come in on the Dixie, and, gold also taking a bit up, equities getting slammed, oil getting slammed. Something happened there at 3 a.m. I think it was the shelling had occurred at that time. And so, we did see that happen, but we haven't seen a continuation of that bid into the Dixie, and really getting up, back up here. So, this is a big line in the sand, 95.73s. If I just kind of drop this one down. Oh, let's see, there we go, and then show you on the weekly chart on the dollar. This is a big old level here in the dollar, 95.73. So I'll just take my screen my face off the screen. You can see here, going all the way back really to March 2019. Coming in as support, then again very clean support in June 2020. And right now we're trading at that level. So we do have this trend, very old trend support up, that generally is supporting the market back to early January this year. I'm surprised that if the risk level is really that, as the US are saying it is, well, I'm very surprised that we're this low in the dollar. Now, the dollar has its own critics at the moment, and for good reason. So, maybe we are already quite elevated on the Dixie. I don't think so. I'm more used to a 96 to 98 sort of a level on my dollar. So I think really we are going to find supports here in 95.73s. We could have a little flush down. Oil now pressing on the lows. But generally I think target up is 97.69s. 97.69. So that's the Dixie. Seeing oil here just pressing into the lows. We'll go out to oil on the daily just to give you a little idea of what's happening here. So we've had, after the roll, we're now trading J22 front month futures on WTI, 88.48 at market. We've given up the supports that were pretty decent now, really since the support we got on Tuesday there, reaffirming that. But, it's given up the ghost now. I think really for me on this short, 88.11s and then 87.01s is the level. So 87.01's high of day, Friday the 28th of Jan and Tuesday the 1st of Feb. And then a bit of a line in the sand here, this level, right? So I think this is a good target. Ultimately, I think the big boy support here is 84.77s. That goes, back adjusted. That goes way back here, way back. But I think it's a nice little line in the sand for this market. I'm still bullish above 84.77s on this market. Does that mean I'm not taking shorts? Absolutely not. There's a lot of action to be had here, shorting down to the 87.01s. I think this mile down from 87s to 84s is going to be a bigger, difficult push. So we'll see how we go with this trade for now. But also on the 60 minutes, a little bit of trend support coming in here. Came in quite clean on Tuesday on the open, and then we did just have that eyed up as a trade, and we had a lovely bounce for kind of the following 2 days off of that. So really nice trade there. So we're coming up again. I see I've marked up my 87, 81s as a nice little area here for me as well to look for longs, and that bigger support coming in to play big line in the sand below here. So, uh, yeah, look, I think it's a little bit strange why we're selling down on oil right now. Um, it's just the tightest picture I've ever seen, absolutely ever seen in oil. So look, getting across these equities, right? So Nasdaq, well, late for the UK traders, about 7:36 p.m. The offer coming in, driving down towards this general area on trend support. Departed the trend break up here. So this is a morning trend strategy. We got the breakdown, we got the pullback, got the entries. We shorted this down through the 14,370s. I still think this market is weak. I still think because it's kind of sharking, as in it's circling but not trading this trend that did trade back here on the 14th of February. I think that's a little bit scary and that we may break it. Generally, for me, when I see sharking at a level, it tends to actually break quite easily on a full test. SPOOs, exactly, you saw the exact same morning trend break across all these equities, just varying degrees of that trend break. Kind of a poor quality breakdown here, reversal pop back through, and you had to wait really for the following hour to start and then get on that short and then driving down into target. I've had this target on for a number of days now from the resistance seen up here at 44.86s. So trade complete. I think now we can sit around here for a while. I'm not expecting big moves out of these markets until we get a full scale invasion or no invasion news out of NATO, the US, and obviously Russia. So Putin is set to perform some drills tomorrow over the weekend, which he is personally conducting. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see press shots of Vlad bare chested riding on top of a tank, and posting that all over the place and giving a smile to the U.S. press. So I think, yeah, the risk tone is going to definitely change over the weekend. Let's see what comes from these war games that they're going to be conducting tomorrow. The Dow now holding up support on the 200 EMA, just cannot hold below there after the close last night. So yeah, it's a slower play than your other U.S. equities. So I'd really let the SPOOs really be the lead on what is going to happen there on the Dow. Gold, of course, we have traded above 19s on gold, high of yesterday 1905s. I think it's done quite a good job here. I think the pullback onto the 1884s is in the pipes. Um, Given that it was sort of an area for this market to achieve, it kind of burst up through it there, up there yesterday, 8 a.m. on the open, drifted into the 1905s, and then just back down we come in the APAC. So yeah, if we are going to hold these prices, it's going to be holding 1884s, and then we can get on with getting on for the big one. Well, 1929s, and of course the mythical 2000 a troy ounce of the gold stuff. So yeah, tricky to get on that trade, very tricky, very tricky. You got to be watching out for the bonds here as well, guys, if you're going to be trading this, because there is of course that inverse relationship. And I think the inverse relationship from gold to the dollar is now dead. Gold is definitely back in town as the risk off product along with the bonds. So yeah, oil down, and that's it from me. Do be careful on the euro as well. It's very tricky with this dollar situation, as I was kind of talking about at the start. Please do click to subscribe and like, and have a good session and a great weekend. And I'll see you Monday. Cheers.